longer. And that ties into this new article today. Oberlin students want to abolish midterms in any grades below C. You see there? Oh my gosh, you read to your kids, they're too advantaged. We need to ban private school. We need to get rid of the family. This is ABC News interviewing a professor saying this with a straight face. And now we need to get rid of anything below a C. You see where this is going by design. The world is being set up where we're obsolete by design. We are the dominant species. Humans build their own environment. That's what makes us different. But instead, the elite are taking control of our development and building an environment that makes us obsolete and makes us dumb and makes us weak. In Bill Joy's own words, in 1999 in Wired Magazine, Sun Microsystems owner, he said, I went to an elite meeting with 200 top owners. We said, do we just keep humans alive en masse and let them play games all day? Or do we just exterminate everybody? And he said, the answer is extermination. And he said, I just think I might want to tell the public this. They're going to build a technocracy where you're obsolete, and they plan to kill you. And people said, oh, that's a funny article. So they're already killing us slowly right now. Don't say you weren't warned. We'll be back. I'm about to, in this segment and for part of the next, break down hardcore deception in the media.
Will it make it easy?
And then I'm going to tie that into how this is an overall public destabilization program. But just to illustrate that, during the break, I've never seen Leanne McAdoo in 4 years of knowing her so hot, one of our reporters. I don't mean so beautiful. She's always beautiful. I mean so angry, hot under the collar. They said, hey, Leanne wants to come on during the break before. And I said, okay. And then she comes stomping in here and shows me KXAN, TV, NBC, and the Austin American-Statesman and others, and is just so angry because the Alamo Drafthouse has revolutionized dinner theaters. They do it on a big scale. I know Ken Lee, back when he founded the first one, I've been showing my films there since he first founded them back in, I guess it was like 1999 or something. And now they're all over the country. It's based here in Austin. It's dinner and a movie. I don't care if the guy's liberal. He's produced movies that have characters, that are based on myself. I've gone and, been a guest and spoken at some of the premieres. And he has a lot of big actors that come into town. The guy's an American success story. So I'm going to cover the media deception in the next segment. I'm going to cover this a little bit now. She's going to be in studio with us later. She walked in here, she said, I'm really mad about this. And I said, yeah, they're going to retrofit the Alamo Drafthouse and have it where men and women's bathrooms can be everybody in everybody's bathrooms. Women are still, I said to her, don't worry, going to self-segregate and go to the women's, and men's are going to the men's. I mean, it's like a cattle call after a movie or before one to even get into a movie theater bathroom. You want to go as fast as possible. It's just getting, a bodily function done. But the government's jacking with our physiology to totally confuse us and mess with us. You think it's bad for adults in the social engineering? Imagine what it's like for kids. And she goes, read the article. And I said, okay, you're so angry. She was red-faced. She said, read it. And I went, oh my gosh. Let me show you this right now if you're a TV viewer. Oh my gosh. This is the next phase. Document cam, please. The headline should be, Alamo Drafthouse theaters to make women pee standing up. That's the real headline. They have the blueprints. They want to jack with people so hard, they're getting rid of toilets, except for a few stalls. In social, they're already getting rid of water at some of them, saying humans are bad, eco-friendly. I don't know if Ken Lee knows this is eugenics. He's like guilty. He's a capitalist making hundreds of millions of dollars or whatever. And so he's just going to adopt, the 200 square foot apartments Austin's getting and just everything else. And don't say the word mother or father. And every movie has to have a woman as the hero. But now they have urinals where women have to pee standing up. See, they're just phasing out culture. They're phasing out electricity. They're phasing out big apartments and big houses. They're social engineering us to have less, but the elite are going to have more while they lecture us. And this is as all these different governors in 12 states, it was 10, it's 2 more in the last few hours, sue Obama over gender-neutral bathrooms and gender-neutral prisons. They're now having to build new prisons, new detainment facilities for illegals. That's been announced. The feds are building a huge facility in Texas for something like $30 million. I mean, you thought it bankrupted everything to put a wheelchair ramp into, say, a tiny bed and breakfast that has 2 rooms. They just go bankrupt. The big corporations love that. This is the tyranny of zoning. And just like the left in Austin is so freaked out that Uber and Lyft that got there in 2 or 3 minutes every time, I always had a great experience with it. It was just night and day. The taxi cab service in Austin, Texas, the whole time I've lived here has been horrible. It's so bad that I won't even use it. 90% of the time until I quit using it a few years ago, they don't even send a cab the first time. You have to get it like an hour and a half earlier, and then the second or third try, they come. Now they tell you, oh, I don't want to come where you're at, and I don't want to go there. You get cab services in London, it's all foreigners, and they tell you, I want triple price to take you to the hotel. You ask the next person, they go, triple price. They've got everything rigged. That's okay. You like losing your Uber and your Lyft? How about losing your businesses? How about now where, okay, you want to go to a woman's, that's fine. You want to go to a man's, however you identify, whatever. That's going to cause problems. But now, oh no, we're getting rid of the toilets, and we're going to make everybody... By the way, the word is they're coming out with new toilets where you also stand and take a crap. And look, I'm sorry to talk about body functions here on air. I never used to do that, but that's what our sick freakoid government's into. And it's happening in Europe and everywhere else to ruin culture. The truth is they're not sick in that they're obsessed with potties and sex and all this. They want to get us obsessed with that, where we're just a bunch of confused, mentally ill, basket case, social justice warriors that can hardly talk and are waging war against communication and against language and against everything else. This is total divide and conquer. But look at it right here. It actually says right here, women will have to urinate standing up. They're just going to get rid of toilets. And the Alamo Drafthouse wants to be cutting edge. All right, Congressman Ron Paul's coming up on huge issues, the economy, 2016, globalism, and so much more. We've also got a bunch of other guests. Leanne McAdoo is going to be popping back in about an hour and a half to really flesh this out when Anthony Cumia is on with us, popular syndicated talk show host. But if you're a new viewer, I'm not kidding about what I just covered, so she's popping in right now. They have the blueprints out, and Ken Lee, who I've known for... gosh, it's got to be like 18 years. He used to love me. Now when I see him, I run him down the street. He goes, oh, Alex, hi, and just walks around me. Totally freaked out. He's totally in the liberal cult. Absolutely, completely following whatever they say. And when you read the KXAN article with his quotes from NBC News here that I'm about to show TV viewers and read for radio listeners, you have to understand, everything he's saying is an inversion of what this is designed. Notice when you hear him talk, it's everything I've said but the opposite. Now, I don't know if he's in on this or he knows he's been given talking points, but Ken, I don't think you're a bad guy. I mean, I've been to movie premieres where they have, you know, big actors that he's produced. He produces big films now, and the character's based on me. I mean, and I'm happy that's happened. I mean, I've hung out and had dinner with this guy. And it's just crazy that he's the cutting edge. He said, we've heard about transgender kids getting beat up in bathrooms. Oh, where? You know, I mean, Ken League, Tim League, whatever. I can't, it's teleprompter free. Tim League. And all of this is going on. It's totally out of control. It blows my mind that this is happening. And they, again, invert reality. Tim League is inverting reality. I don't know if Tim League is doing this on purpose. I've known the guy for years, as I said. But listen to how they twist this information. Alamo Drafthouse seeks feedback on gender-neutral bathroom design. Like when they caught the gay preacher putting fag on the cake, they just said, oh, he's nicely dropping his lawsuit. He's such an angel, was the KXAN and Austin American Statesman headlines. Yeah. They wouldn't tell you he'd been caught lying, and they had surveillance footage. It was just, he's so gracious and he's loving. So there's deception in the headline to make it look normal. Here it is. It's all psychological warfare. Alamo Drafthouse seeks feedback on gender-neutral bathroom design. Then you read it. It's the opposite of neutral. The Alamo Drafthouse has classic bathrooms, big area for women, big area for men, already big lines, already a disaster. This is going to be an even bigger disaster. So he's decided at their new location here in Austin, the Mueller location, to scrap it. And he says, because we want to, quote, hopefully remove design conflict. So he goes on to say you can't necessarily change everybody's mind immediately on these issues, but you can hopefully, by design, eliminate conflict. Putting men and women together in restrooms will create conflict. Everyone knows it. It's social engineering to stir everybody up and bring down culture and society. That's the admitted globalist blueprint. The working draft, which was posted on Facebook, is one large bathroom with a section of urinals behind a door and individual stalls for seated toilets. League said he is considering a type of urinal both men and women can use. Because you're going to have one bathroom now, folks. You won't be able to go to the Alamo Drafthouse. I will not go and stick my little girls and my son in a freak show bathroom because you just want to control reality. But it's their religion, so he can't help it. I predict he'll bankrupt Alamo franchise before he stops. So what does an all-gender urinal look like? It's new territory, says Weiss. It's something we're looking into. It's essentially a urinal that has a throat that comes out.
It's a deeper stall.
It's a deeper stall. So women squat now. I mean,
well,
Leanne.
No, we just sort of bring ourselves standing above this urinal. As a woman, I was so frustrated.
But to get rid of conflict.
Yeah.
This will cause total bedlam, total Tower of Babel, total absolute insanity. I mean, I wouldn't.
Tyranny of the minority.
Listen, I won't go to a gas station that has a crappy bathroom, even if I only use it once a year. If I know that gas station has a bad bathroom, I will not pump gas there because I just think of the whole place is gross. Now, because of this, they already put these low flush toilets and environmental toilets in with no water, so the place smells like year-old 50,000 gallons of cat piss. So I already can't go to Alamo Drafthouse South Lamar because the place into the hall smells like a giant cat piss hell. So it's now Alamo cat piss, and now Leanne and everybody else and my daughters are not going up to some dirty funnel spout and sticking their butts in it because you want to play God. Now I know why you're so angry. But these people are cult leaders. They will have us drinking purple Kool-Aid with frickin' cyanide by the time they're done. I'm sorry, Leanne. I called you in here. Now I know why you're mad. Go ahead. But look, it ties in with this. Professor, if you read to your kids, you're unfairly disadvantaging others. And they go on to say, we're not getting rid of the family completely yet, but it's bad, and private schools should be banned. I have another article. Oberlin students want to abolish midterms and any grades below C. We are being destroyed. We are being brain damaged. We are being annihilated. No, go ahead. I'm sorry, Leanne.
Tyranny of the minority. Tyranny by the minority. And this made me so angry because we've completely...
Check your male white privilege.
We've gone completely past gender-inclusive bathrooms to physics-defying bathrooms. Women are not made to pee standing up. And why all of a sudden do women now have to change the way that they go to the bathroom?
These people are loons. They're control freaks. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's just, it's so frustrating to me. This Tim,
whatever. Tim League. I'm so angry I can't even talk. Literally is obsessing over how we pee-pee.
Yeah. Well, I demand that Tim League redesign his bathrooms to be inclusive for the men who live as dogs. So really, he should just put fire hydrants in there.
That's in the Guardian. I agree. How about we all just have a big commons area at the entrance by the bar at Alamo Drafthouse Theaters, and everyone just comes in and urinates on fire hydrants.
Yeah, I mean, we just have a giant gaping hole in the floor
and have a big old AstroTurf area.
Yeah.
Where we take.
And they could have little pooper scoopers come around and just follow us all around.
That'll be a new job. How prestigious. Hey, you know Alamo Drafthouse South Lamar, the times I've been in there now, smells like a urinal out in the hall.
Yeah. I mean,
because they put the no water thing in there.
Right. And then like urinal cakes. I don't want those in the bathroom. Those things are disgusting and they smell terrible. Like, what are they thinking? I mean, as a woman, I am so frustrated that as soon as...
They're teaching us to be poor and they're destroying civilization. That's Agenda 21. It's a battle plan on record for post-industrial world. Tim League.
Talk about oppression by the patriarchy. So now...
Can we get a clip of Copper Cab when he sings, saying, patriarchy rules the world, so check your male white privilege. I'm sorry.
And now I got to check my female white privilege, my woman privilege, because now that women have penises, we have to actually redesign the way the actual women go to...
You know, I shouldn't be laughing. This is horrifying. And we're on a lot of great Christian stations around the country that have picked us up for decades. And they know we don't get into potty stuff. But the government's taking over the potties, and they're coming after our kids. I have to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, if you desex society, you dehumanize society. And that's what this is really all about. You've been talking about this for a long time. It's not about gender inclusivity. It's about redefining what sex is, what gender is, and we're just at the beginning of this. How far are they going to take this? I mean, we are just at the beginning of this whole transgender thing, and they're already making federal laws where you can be fined if you refuse to call someone they. You know, I mean, how far